Hello, I'm MC Toon, the worst rapper in the world. Today we've got a special debate. I am hosting. I am not participating, just hosting. It is between Schrodinger's cat and Donnie Lee from Watertown, New York. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
This flat. What's up?
Excellent. Well, let me cover. I'll cover the format because it is a structured format this time. But before I do that, thank you to everybody who's joining. If you just were coming from Schrodinger's cat's premiere, welcome. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like the video. I do this every Tuesday, debate with usually a flat earther. So do that for fun. So all right. The format is each will have a chance to introduce themselves, not present evidence. Just say hi. Then we're going to have each gets two topics and we're going to alternate. So what happens is they'll present for 5 minutes. The other side will be muted. Then the other side gets to have a rebuttal time for 5 minutes. And the original is muted. And then there's a 10-minute open discussion. That's the structure for one topic. Should take about 20 minutes. Each will alternate then presenters, so each will have a chance to do 2 different times for a total of 4 topics. At the end, we will have some questions from the audience and things like that. But that's about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type a number into the chat. 1 or 2, Donnie. If you guess right, you go first.
1.
All right, I wrote 2. That means that Schrodinger's cat gets option to go first.
Yeah, I'm pre-recorded and I'm happy to go first.
So this is just the intro, not the presentation of evidence.
Right. Yeah, that was my that was
okay, I got it.
Clearly didn't listen to it.
Give me a second. You're right, I did not. Oh, you might have heard it, people. I have to I was waiting for you. I mean, I was going to do that while you were doing that. So just a second here. There it is. Almost. Where is that? Gotta find it. There it is. There it is. So here it comes, and
folks, my channel name is Schrodinger's Cat, and I debunk sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditors, but I used to debunk flat earthers. I've had flat earth debates going all the way back to the days of the Non Sequitur show. So why are we here tonight? What made me come out of flat earth retirement to deal with an inconsequential flat earther? Flat earth is dead after all. I am here because Donnie is using his failed naval service to further the flat earth narrative, and as a retired naval officer, I take exception to that. I spent 22 years in the most powerful navy that the world has ever known. And when some moron walks around saying that he thinks the earth is flat because he was in the Navy, it reflects poorly on all of us who put on the uniform. So here's what you're going to see tonight. I'm going to provide quantifiable evidence for the globe, and Donnie is going to use his misunderstanding of science and his abject ignorance of the world to argue for flat earth. I intend to demonstrate that Donnie's assertion that the sky is blue because there's water up there is absurd. I'll also demonstrate that the horizon does not rise to eye level, as Donnie claims. I will demonstrate that the moon is not self-illuminated, as Donnie claims, and I will demonstrate that the Earth does indeed rotate. I'm going to end my opener with a question to Donnie. Donnie, what part of your job working on ejector seats in the Navy made you any kind of authority on the shape of the Earth? With that, I relinquish the remainder of my time.
there we go. That was Schrodinger's cat's opener. Donnie, to you, your chance for your opener.
All right, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, shipmate. Thanks for being a jerk. Appreciate it. So let's I'm gonna go to my opener, and can I get a screen share here? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Right,
This is
screen.
just introducing yourself. This isn't presenting evidence yet.
All right. Okay, so that's later. All right. So my name is Donnie Lee. I'm from Watertown, New York, and I've been a flat earther for only just 4 years. And for me, science did not convince me that the earth was flat. For me, it was scripture. Real science that is observable, repeatable, proves a flat, motionless earth. So that's an icing on the cake. But for me, it was scripture. And I understand that the people watching this, you guys are God haters, and that's between you. All right. So what you're going to hear tonight is McToon and this cat guy just berate me and come down at me, call me stupid, call me idiot. I've only discovered this 4 years ago, and it's true. The earth is indeed flat and motionless, and just the way it is. You have to understand the difference between CGI, a green screen, Photoshop, okay? You have to understand these things. You have to understand what a fisheye lens is. You have to understand that a wide angle lens will curve the horizon, and you know, so if you can see through the magic trick of a spinning ball that's flying through space, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to show you guys that you've been deceived and that the earth is indeed flat and motionless. So, I mean, after that, I guess we can go into some evidence, and it's going to be simple. My evidence is I'm going to show you something filmed with a Nikon P1000 over Lake Ontario that shows a flat earth. And these guys are just going to keep coming at me and throw numbers and words and all these big things that they call science. It's not science. These guys are going to come at me with pseudoscience, because science must be observable. Number one, before we even begin to come up with a theory, or we come up with numbers or measurements, the first thing that science requires is it to be observable. So, all right, McToon, we'll go from there.
Okay. And with that, we've got first, I'm going to set up a timer. And like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the other side while you guys take turns. All right. So first is Schrodinger's cat. And go ahead.
Excellent. You referenced the Bible. The Bible was written by people who understand science about as well as you do, which is not at all. So don't care about the Bible, what the Bible says about science. It's not a science book. It never claimed to be a science book. And you called us God haters. I hate God in the same way that I hate pink unicorns. So we can dispense with the God hater talk. All right. So for evidence, and I want everybody to watch what's going to happen here. I'm going to show evidence, and he's going to show misunderstanding. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we progress here. Donnie, I've heard you say many, many times in debates that the horizon rises to eye level. I'm in a unique position. I travel extensively for work. For example, in the year 2020, I spent 204 nights sleeping in a bed other than my bed at home. So I'm on planes constantly. And MC2 knows this because I inundate him with pictures out of the window of the aircraft. And I've sent him some of those that I want to highlight tonight. Toon, I think you have 4 of them. Let's bring up, okay, perfect. Yeah, you can see on the right-hand side that this is 0.0 degrees, which means that I have the camera perfectly pointed level. And those crosshairs are not only above the horizon, they're above the clouds. And I think we can all agree that the clouds are above the horizon. And that's at 36,000 feet. This is a $5.99 app that you can buy for your smartphone. It's a theodolite app. So in this case, the horizon doesn't rise to eye level, but anything worth doing once is worth doing twice. So can we bring up another picture? Again, 0.0 degrees, and that's only at 5,000 feet. So anything worth doing twice is probably worth doing 3 times, wouldn't you say? All right. Here we have mountains, which are obviously above the horizon, above sea level. Not even the mountains rise to eye level. And anything worth doing 3 times is worth doing 4. This one, I'm actually canted down at 0.2 degrees, and I still couldn't get the horizon to rise to eye level. I think that's, repeatable. I did it with an instrument that is designed to tell you what is eye level, and in all 4 instances it failed. And I know Toon isn't part of this debate, but if he wants to, he can tell you that I've sent him dozens of these because I fly constantly, and I've never seen the horizon at eye level when I'm in altitude. And with that, I'll relinquish. Or do I get 2 topics for the first?
Just
portion?
one.
Just one. Okay. I think that's all that needs to be said about the horizon at eye level. So I'll relinquish the remainder of my time.
Right. And there we go. You had a minute some left. So, all right, Donnie, it is your turn.
All right, so you can hear me?
Yes.
I'm on.
Yep.
All right, we'll do a screen share. And we're going to go over to my channel. And we're going to go to my playlist, because that's where I got a lot of good stuff. And we're going to scroll down here. We're going to go to the 1,000 mile zoom no curve.
Now this is meant to be the rebuttal to what Schrodinger's cat just presented.
Yeah, we're gonna just hold on a second. Make this big screen here. We're gonna go to the 220 mark. And we're gonna watch this from here. So I'm gonna stop this for a second. So I'll explain where we're at. We are over Lake Ontario is what you see, the lake right there. And we're basically over Buffalo, New York. All right. So this is Lake Ontario. And as you can tell, it's all flat. And he's going to use 2 types of lens here. He's going to use the regular lens, what we see right now, which the cat guy was talking, he was showing with a regular lens. And we're also going to show a lens with the infrared lens that's going to give us a clear view through the haze of the flat earth. So we're going to play this here, and coming up right here. So there's the altitude, there's their heading. That's Lake Ontario. Now look what happens. He's going to change lens here. And watch where he zooms to. See all the way to Hudson Bay. So that's the western side of Lake Ontario. Completely flat. Where we zoom to. That's Toronto. That city that's coming up right now, that's Toronto. Completely flat. And that right back there, underneath them clouds, Hudson Bay. You'll see here in a little while, he'll label what you're actually seeing. And you can see Georgian Bay and you can see Hudson Bay. So he's starting to pan back towards the eastern side of Lake Ontario. And if he doesn't do it in this video, but if he were to actually zoom all the way to the eastern side, he would zoom into Watertown. So right through there, if you were to actually zoom on the eastern side, you would be able to see Watertown, which he doesn't here. But anyway, completely flat. There's no curvature. You know, that's the shoreline. So people say that's the shoreline of Lake Ontario, but the horizon's completely flat. And here's going to show Hudson Bay and Georgian Bay. several hundred miles away, completely flat. So where's this curve at? So what we're going to do now is he's going to show Google Earth shows over Lake Ontario. And as you can tell, first off, look at the fake water, fake ocean. It's all fake lakes. Why isn't that a real photograph of the lakes? So this is a comparison to what Google Earth is supposedly, excuse me, supposedly showing us real images, but it's not. These images from Google Earth do not match what we observe. This is completely different from what we just saw. That's a fake water. It's you can easily tell that's CGI. And McToon and the cat, all they're gonna do is say some other stuff about how it's a spinning ball flying through space when it clearly isn't. Earth is motionless. There's waters above held up by the firmament.
That's time.
And I seen that the cat guy.
That's time.
All right, it's time.
All right.
All right.
So hold on. So this is so we'll do a back and forth for 10 minutes, please. I would prefer not to have to, get in there and structure like 1 minute or 2 minute responses. So please, neither of you interrupt each other. So
okay. Well, I can't help but notice that the 5 minutes that he was supposed to use to address my claim, he just talked about something totally unrelated. So did you not understand the format? Was it too hard for you? What happened there, Donnie?
Donnie, you're not muted.
I suspect you're muted, or I just baffled.
He's not muted.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I did not.
Oh, crap. Okay, I'll say it again. I noticed that you took your 5 minutes that you were supposed to respond to my initial claim about the horizon rising to eye level, and you talked about something completely different. So was the format too hard for you to understand, or did you just not read it, or what happened there?
Horizon does always rise to the level of the observer. And for you to take numbers and lines and put them on a screen and claim something that's not actually happening, that's on you, buddy.
I used a precision instrument to show the horizon rising to eye level, not once, but 4 times. Do you have anything to rebut that other than to just say that the horizon rises to eye level? Because I measured it. There was numbers. It's called quantifying things instead of just making assertions. Do you have anything that demonstrates that the horizon rises to eye level in the same way that I just demonstrated that it doesn't?
I just showed that it does.
You just showed that it does. How?
So should I put some lines across the screen? Should I put some numbers on the screen?
Do numbers scare you?
No, here's the whole thing. You guys get lost in numbers. You have to understand, the first thing is observe, right? And what we observe is a flat, motionless Earth. Like I said, you're nothing but God haters, all right? There's no truth in you guys. You guys are so deceived and indoctrinated in the spinning ball that you guys will come up with all sorts of things to try to discredit me. And here's the whole thing. What I just shown is a flat, motionless Earth, and you guys are going to sit there and claim otherwise.
I don't have to discredit you, Donnie.
Does the horizon rise to eye level? Absolutely.
I don't have to discredit you, Donnie. You do that fine by yourself. A screen with numbers on it, it baffles you. And that's, I suspect, why you failed out of ATA school, a school that I passed, by the way. I was an eye level AT for 11 years before I became an officer. So, yeah, if you're scared of numbers, I don't even know why you went to AT school to learn avionics because you were destined for failure if numbers scare you. God help the people that flew on in an aircraft with any ejector seat that you worked on.
Did all this.
You're not part of the debate, son. So
talking to you, sir.
No, I'm sorry, bro, but
I'm not your bro.
I'm sorry, but the fact of the matter is, why are you sitting here talking to him if you did all this schooling? I'm sorry, but you're nothing but a jerk,
dude. I'm not interjecting, so you can stay out of this. It's between Donnie and Schrodinger's cat. But if you want, we can schedule something with you. I'm
free next Tuesday. So back to where we were. Okay, so you're just going to assert that the horizon rise to eye level after I demonstrated that it didn't. Fine. Let's go on to the stuff that you were talking about. First, J-Tola Media totally screwed up the landmarks that he was citing. You clearly didn't watch any of the rebuttal videos to his video, or you would see that he royally screwed that up. But let's talk about looking at a flat horizon. Toon, can you bring up the my very first YouTube video when I was just a baby YouTuber? It's called Curve, I believe.
He's fucking full of shit. He's talking.
Hold on. I do want to address that. You said that I didn't go to any schooling. Is that what you said, bystander? That I didn't have any schooling? Okay, all of a sudden, Cat's got his tongue. All right, let's bring up the video.
Cat's got his tongue. All right.
Pun intended.
Yep. All right, hold on. I'll prep that for you. All right.
Okay,
there it is.
I think we could both agree that's a flat horizon.
I see something that was made in Photoshop.
No, it wasn't made in Photoshop. It was made by a trained graphics artist. So they don't.
Okay, so it was made by a graphics artist. Oh, my bad.
Yes, he was drawing
program. My bad.
He made a flat horizon for me. That horizon looks flat. Now let's press play, please, Toon.
There you go.
Can we see the diploma?
Oh, the horizon wasn't so flat after all, even though it looked flat.
Wait, did everybody get the point that this was made by a graphic artist? Oh, my bad.
It was made to demonstrate that when you
my
zoom
bad.
in,
I forgot somebody made this on a computer.
Everything that we're going to see tonight on our screen is CGI. You do understand that, right? Everything.
Yes, and that's why I'm a flat earther, you dumbass. Because everything with the spinning ball is CGI animation, green screens. A computer artist made it. All right.
You're misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding again.
No,
you're looking at a computer.
What CGI is.
You're looking at a computer. No matter what you look at, if you look at a picture of you, the picture of you that I'm looking at right now is CGI. It's a computer generated image. The picture
somebody just made that. So the ball that you're showing, somebody made, just like the globe Earth. Okay,
that's the picture of you that I'm looking at. Somebody made. Somebody created those electronics.
You need to look up showing me the picture of astrophysics. Look that up right now. Everybody that's watching this, look up the art of astrophysics, and you will see how NASA fakes space. They have
oh my God, are you talking about it's Photoshop because it has to be?
Look it up. It's called The Art of Astrophysics and how they fake space with CGI animation.
Okay. So 2015 called me just now on my iPhone, and they want their arguments back.
Thomas 2021.
Yeah. 2015 wants their flat Earth arguments back. That has been beat to death so many times. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's
now
huge.
Let's look at.
You listen. It's called Art of Astrophysics because
I understand
people that make space
I understand. I understand your misunderstanding. I really seriously do.
You guys are nothing but jokes.
Okay, yeah.
You're named after a scrotum cat. Scrotum cat.
What? Apparently, well, obviously you've never stepped into a physics classroom, so you wouldn't know what Schrodinger's cat is. Do you know what Schrodinger's cat is? Just Donnie?
Listen, bro, I've been to college and I learned about.
No, you haven't. Don't lie to me.
Just listen, bro.
Come on. This conversation's only going to work if we're honest with each other.
Tell me what you think scrotum's cat's about.
Okay.
Tell me what you think the scrotum cat is all about.
Well, first you mispronounced it, so obviously
I'm saying scrotum on purpose.
I know that
because you guys are just being a bunch of testicles.
Yeah, real great argumentation from you. Actually, I've got a T-shirt that I pre-approved with Tune that I was going to show.
All right, what's your T-shirt? Does it got a scrotum?
No, but this shirt here, can y'all see that? Can you or not?
It's kind of it's dropping out. It's dropping out a little bit because of the background.
You studied electronics in the Navy, right, Donnie? Donnie? Yes. Did you rage quit? Okay, so the shirt says resistance is not futile. It's voltage divided by current. Do you understand what that T-shirt means? I mean, you studied electronics in the Navy, right?
Yeah, I did.
So what was that T-shirt referencing? Something's law. Whose law was that T-shirt referencing?
That's type.
Ohm's law.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm proud of you.
Surprise you? Did I just surprise you? Come on. Now, bro. What you guys are gonna do is talk shit.
It does show that you made it through the first week of avionics school.
All right, that is time there.
Oh, so sad. I was just getting warmed up.
You'll get a chance. You'll get a chance. I got a couple. Let's see, a couple things here from the audience between stuff here. Donnie, you are up next, so stretch out, get ready while I do these here. We got Serial 510 says, "Hey Donnie, I'm a magician. I bet I can show you something that's completely unexplainable. So does that mean magic is real, or did I fool you?"
Fuck these guys. Can you repeat that? I was in a conversation.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Serial 510 is a magician. He says, "I bet I can show you something that is completely unexplainable. So does that mean magic is real, or did I fool you?"
Well, magic is just deception. Deception. That's all magic is.
There's your answer, Serial.
Is you just
510.
Well, hold on a second now. The magician knows how to fool people. It's no magic involved. It's all about deception, and we know that. All right, we can go on to the next question.
All right, Saeed Ahmed says, "I don't think Donathan can spell CGI. It's not sad any longer. It's just pathetic. There are better ways to gain 15 minutes of fame." So, sorry, Donnie. Saeed is not a fan.
Can I say something really quick?
Okay.
Tell the guy's a flagger.
Donnie owes this 15 minutes of fame to one of my subscribers because one of my subscribers saw him, sent me a link to him, and I'm the guy that pulled you out of obscurity for this 15 minutes, which I think is just about over. I
was on that stream when you did that. And that's how I found you, Donnie, was through Schrodinger's cat.
Thank me. Thank my subscriber, not me.
That would be Everett Anderson, right?
Yes, and you have 666 people watching.
Oh dear, let's go for 777 people. Come on. All right, we've got Serial 510 says, "Donnie, stop calling pictures animation." I don't know. So there you go. We've got Average Joe 11 says, "This dude's a washout loser with absolutely zero evidence, brain cells, or reasoning skills." Donnie, that is a harsh leveling of accusation there. All right, I'll do three more, and then then we'll move on to your presentation. Donnie, what would change your mind?
Change my mind that the Earth is spinning ball?
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, Earth is flat and motionless.
I see the problem here, Donnie. Microraptor. Oh, that one was from Alan Beaupre. Hope I got that right there, Alan. Microraptor says, if the Earth is a ball or a frisbee, why aren't dogs chasing a ball? If it is a frisbee, why aren't dogs chasing it? It's a good one. I got a frisbee right behind me, right there. And then
I'm not claiming that Earth is a frisbee. No. So.
Oh, okay.
There's a firmament, and there's waters above and below. So the Earth isn't a frisbee.
So it's a frisbee with a dome over it. Frisbee dome.
No, it's not. It's not frisbee.
Okay.
It's not flying.
So if you took off the dome, could you take the frisbee and just chuck it? Anyway, I'd say Donnie, David Griffith.
Dry land is Earth. Earth is dry land. Does
but
land look like a frisbee?
Like if you turn it, but the ice wall and all, you turn it over the water. All right. David Griffin says, Donnie, do you have any measurements of flatness?
0.
You have 0 measurements of flatness. Thank you very much. All right, Donnie, it is your turn for your presentation. So let me prepare so that you can be full screen. All right. So, go ahead when you're ready.
I've said this in the beginning. I said this in the beginning when I came on. For me, it was Scripture. Scripture convinced me immediately when I heard Scripture being read. Now, science that's observable and repeatable is the icing on the cake. I just want to repeat what I had said in the beginning. So Scripture caught my attention. So Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of waters.
Can I pause? I'm going to pause you for, Donnie, just for a second. I'm going to pause you. I just want to remind you that this is where you present evidence. This is your 5 minutes for that. I just didn't want to, I paused you for that just to interrupt. So, all right, now go ahead.
So this is evidence. All right. I understand that you guys are God haters, but there may be 1 or 2 people watching this who actually have a relationship with the Lord. And those 1 or 2 people, this is who that's for. Because when God says that his Spirit was above the face of the waters, then it was so. All right. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good. So yeah, God made light before he made the stars, sun, and moon. All right, so there's water, and above the face of the water, God said, let there be light. There's light above the waters. And God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. So we got all these waters, and in the midst of them, in the middle, God separated them with the firmament. And divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters, divided the waters which were above the firmament. And God said it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And that's day 3. So we're going to go to day 3. And this is very important to understand what earth is. And God said, let the waters under heaven be gathered together under one place, and let dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth. Whoa. So what is earth? Earth is dry land, okay? Earth isn't included in the oceans. Earth is just dry land. And the gathering of the waters is called he sees. And God saw it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit yielding tree after its kind, and whose seed is upon itself, upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and here herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was itself after his kind. And God saw it was good, and the evening and the morning were the third day. So God made earth before he made the sun, moon, and stars. So we're going to go to day 4. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven, and let it divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Whoa, that's how clocks work. That's how calendars work. That's how seasons work. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light of the day and the lesser to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and divide the light from the darkness. And God saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. So I'm not interested in talking to you God haters. I'm really not. I came here to let you know that yes, the earth is indeed flat and motionless. And if you don't believe God's holy word, I ain't got no time for you. And real science that is observable and repeatable shows us. So I want to thank you for your time. I actually have more work to go do. Thank you.
All right.
Is he rage quitting?
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I'm actually leaving because I'm actually 20 minutes late to my next appointment. Like I said,
You agreed to this days ago.
I was coming on your
Yes,
show
you agreed to this format.
And I told you right. And earlier today.
So you're breaking the 9th commandment.
No.
Is your word not worth anything?
40 minutes. Listen, my word is listen.
No, your word has nothing if you're going back on your word.
Understand.
No, it's just a lie. If you agreed to do something and don't do it.
Yeah.
I came here at 6 o'clock. I came here at 6. I've been here for 40 minutes.
Matthew 5.
I have no interest in talking to God haters.
Matthew 5 says, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no," and you said yes. Let me read something.
I came here. Exactly.
Yeah, you agreed to the format.
I got to let my yes be yes,
which was a 2-hour commitment.
Yes,
let me read this.
I'm 20 minutes late to my next thing. I got.
Donnie, let me read this to you from
anyway,
Angel Gamer. Says, Donnie, do you realize that many Christians, myself included, believe in science and believe the earth is round? That's from a Christian, Donnie. A Christian.
Yes, I understand.
So not a God hater, Donnie. You're very confused. You're very confused about that, Donnie.
Listen, God's word.
Does your friend have integrity, Donnie? Maybe we could have Donnie. Maybe we could
finish up with him. Maybe.
Yeah,
He's actually a God hater. He doesn't believe in God.
Okay, but does he have integrity? Like, will he keep his word? Maybe we could have him come.
I'm actually a nihilist. I'm a nihilist.
Okay. But whatever the heck that means.
Do you keep your word? What?
Do
you have a name we could call you instead of Donnie's friend?
Yeah, Satan.
Oh my God.
Perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. Just somebody.
You got some fans, bro.
Yeah, Satan was.
Satan, you got some fans.
Actually, Satan kept his word in the Bible. Kept it. Satan.
Exactly.
Satan told the truth.
Truth.
So,
Satan speaks the truth.
All right.
That's what I speak. I speak nothing but the truth.
All right, Donnie.
Any questions to ask?
Donnie, hand off to this other guy here, Donnie. Look, because just
somebody who actually will tell the truth.
Tag out, Donnie,
and go to your appointment that you're 20 minutes late to. So you not only lied to us, you lied to the people who you made the appointment with.
I'm a nihilist. I don't know if you guys know what a nihilist is, but
I know what a nihilist
doesn't give
is.
a shit about nothing. So, ask any questions.
Well, that was a double negative, so that means you should give a shit about everything. So, I mean, English lives matter.
Well, all right. Well, maybe Donnie, you have time for this.
Look, hey, listen. If y'all want to sit there and analyze everything like you guys are like professors or something, go right ahead. If you guys want to act like you guys are the cream of the crop, go right ahead. I'm a nihilist, Ask questions instead of being dicks. Ask questions.
I never claimed to not be a dick.
No, you guys act like you guys are like the professors or something, like you guys know everything. You guys don't know shit. You guys sit there and you guys act like you know everything.
I brought evidence. I brought evidence to this.
You guys
Donnie,
understand everything is an opinion in life. Everything is an opinion in life. The only reason we exist is because everything is an opinion in life. The Christian life is an opinion in life.
You're slurring your words a little. You're slurring your words there, buddy, a little.
That part.
I think he had a little too much of the Jesus juice.
I don't agree with that part. I love the Lord with all my heart, and not everybody does.
Okay, so Donnie, are we going to finish having this, or are you just going to dip out and?
No, I actually got to go. I'm actually late. I already made another commitment, and like I told you.
So you're breaking both commitments.
Set this up. No,
you're breaking both commitments.
I'm trying to put you both in the same time frame here. But
yeah, that's called not being able to do math.
Yeah, it's a problem with integrity.
It is.
Yeah.
Again, they're trying to degrade you like they're better than you.
In the Navy, didn't they teach you honor, courage, and commitment?
Grade these guys. I made $250,000 a year in my fucking prime. What have you guys ever done? Probably nothing.
Don't care how much you made. Didn't they teach you honor, courage, and commitment in the Navy?
I know, because you guys probably all you guys do. You guys just sit around and talk shit. Is what you guys do. Sit around and talk shit. Talkers.
Thank you, random bystander screaming person.
Is what you guys are. That's all you guys are worth, and that's it.
Okay, I just wanted to ask Donnie one last question. Did they teach you honor, courage, and commitment in the Navy?
What do you think? What do you think? Honor, courage, commitment. What do you think? Come on, that's a dumb question.
Then why did you lose your
in our heads, and you know that?
Why did you lose your core values?
I did not lose my core values. I came here at 6. I've been here for 45 minutes.
The format was not 45 minutes.
The format was 2 hours.
45 minutes.
I emailed you. You said okay to the 2-hour format.
Maybe the words were too hard for him to sound out.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? We can bring the email up.
You'll have to go. And for those that actually want to understand the Earth is flat and motionless, it is. And these guys, just like my buddy said, is just going to.
Well, but you didn't bring any evidence, though. That's the problem.
I did.
Okay, well, immediately when we're done here, there's 737 people watching. I'm going to have an after show on my channel when we're going to break this down a bit. Toon, if you want to come on over.
Oh yeah,
you're more than welcome. We had it scheduled for 8 because this was supposed to go for 2, but Donnie, he's just not a man of his word.
Yeah.
When he said that he went to avionics A school. So there's that. Should I finish the remainder of my arguments?
I suppose you could briefly address the. I guess it's technically your turn to respond to his evidence that he didn't bring.
Do you honestly think that he had a prior commitment, or it was just getting?
He can't remember what happened 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So. But I can't stress enough that if he was lying, he was lying to us and the people that he's got the next commitment to, because he's late for that and he's leaving this one early. So he lied to both of us. So
all right, well,
maybe he's the God hater.
I don't know. Here's the reality. He didn't actually present any evidence.
Nothing, as I predicted.
He even if you were to accept everything he said literally, none of it said flat.
Right.
So.
And I predicted that in my opener, that he was going to present nothing. So I'm perfectly happy with just dropping the rest of the truth bombs that I had for him.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? Then I'll go through super chats. Then we'll pop over to yours.
Kick over to the after show.
Yeah.
I hope Tina is prepared. I might want to check Discord real quick.
Why don't you check that? I'll read a few of these super chats here.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that works great.
All right. So we've got Michael Acosta says, as a practicing Catholic, it makes me furious when these people use their poor understanding of Scripture to be ignorant. Earth is a globe. Vaccines work. Evolution is real. Deal with it. Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, Michael Acosta. Amber Harbert for $5 says, would love to go head to head with Donnie's friend in a debate. I'm sure I could talk circles around the boy. He was pretty, his words were very slurred. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mr. Shucklers 1. I love that. Mr. Shucklers. He says, Donnie Lee, I'm completely disappointed that my Navy would let you in. Yes. It sounds like he didn't have, I can't imagine he had a very successful career in the Navy. Merrick Zions for 5 PlayStation Network dollars, or Polish. I forgot that. No, the N. Anyway, thank you very much for that, Merrick. No message. Jolene for $5 says, Donnie is a dishonest bigot who needs to shut up. He's out of his element.
Yes, he is.
Zero respect for anti-LGBTQ plus.
Oh, I've got such a, she said Donnie is out of his element. Remind me of that in the after show, because
Okay.
I have that. You know what I'm talking about. I sent you that yesterday, the video from Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That one's perfect.
We can't cuss here, but we can cuss there.
No,
so.
yep. Joshua Edwards for $10 says, this dude is an awful Christian if he thinks the Bible shows irrefutable evidence for flat earth. Just shows that he doesn't understand his Bible or the history thereof. Yeah. Thank you for that. Baker Street Gaming for £9.99. Love saying that. Says, lol, another flat earth idiot with no clue about anything except believing in conspiracy theories. Absolutely. Fohammer for $2 says, good old Donnie doesn't. Oh, that's right. Magic Productions for £5 says, love you, MC Dude. Oh, thank you very much. Love you back. Says, I'm at work tonight in the UK for an international broadcaster, so if I can help with anything, shout me. Big love to you all. Thanks, Bob. I've invited Bob Super Noodle Doodle to debate, and he blocked me on Facebook. And I was in a YouTube chat section that wasn't Bob Nodell's. It was somebody else's, and Bob responded to me and then blocked me because he didn't like, I guess, what I was saying there in somebody else's chat that he initiated with me. He blocked. So awesome. The Angel Gamer, again, I'll read from you. Thank you. About many Christians, myself included, believe in science and believe the earth is round. Absolutely. Q Tube says, could God make a better internet connection for the Flurf?
I think he was on a phone.
No, he was on a laptop. He told me that last time. Like he's new to having a computer. He'd never had a computer before. Didn't know how to use it. And yeah, I don't know.
Well, hold on. If he went through avionics A school, nowadays it's computer based. That whole school's computer based. So,
what? He's in his 30s. I'm guessing
he's younger than me. I know that he's got to be younger than me because he went to school in Pensacola, and back in the day when I went 25 years ago, we were in Millington. So if he went to Pensacola, he was years after me. So I would say maximum he could be is maybe 40. Yeah, maximum. But I would guess.
Yeah, and
30s.
And you're like 87, right? Is that? I mean, you don't look a day over 70, so I mean, you're doing good.
Yeah, I do okay. I still get around. You're getting extra photographs from my next airplane flight.
Everybody send him new tennis balls for his walker. All right. Glober Mom says, Donnie, I have a relationship with God, but I also know that men wrote the Bible to reflect their beliefs and what they knew at the time. It should be taken literally. It should not be taken literally, and it is not a science book. Absolutely. There's a lot of things like it talks about the dimensions of a giant bowl having a ratio of 5, the radius of 5 and a diameter of 30, which makes pi equal to 3.0.
Yeah. And somebody lived in a guy's a guy lived in a whale's stomach for, I'm saying it's on the unplausible side of the center line.
Yeah. Now that would, for that to be true, it would have to be supernatural, which is some people's position, which is fine, but it's different than actually like some physical thing saying the dimensions of this bowl.
Right.
There's no claim of supernatural bowls.
Right. And you can't have supernatural in a science book because that's outside of the realm of science.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to just say supernatural, then why even show up to the debate? Because, you're just talking woo.
Yeah. All right. We got Average Joe 11 says rage quit by and then a name for a dog that's not a guy. True.
That's actually a legit name. That started out as a legit name for a female canine.
I have been to the Minnesota State Fair where they have dog shows, and it is weird to hear them talking because it's all like super proper. These dog shows are proper, and they're like, and we have right here, we have Donnie with his bitch.
Right. That's the name for it.
It's just so weird to hear that in such a proper setting. Oh, so, all right. Stringer News 1 says no true Scotsman would believe Donnie. Absolutely.
I see what you did there.
Well done. Well played there, Stringer News 1.
Well played, sir.
Some Monkey in the Works. Love that. For £2 says Donnie, if that's God's holy word, who wrote it? Yep.
So, I just wanted to point out you had like 750 max.
Yes.
I think I saw. Is that a record? Did I do it for you?
That probably is. Yeah. Probably a record.
I'm so happy.
Thank you very much for that. We've got, let's see, Truth Nerds for €5 says, Donnie, I had a divine experience in 2006. If you do not represent the Lord at all, you hate truth, and therefore the Lord. Read Matthew 15:31 FF. There you go. Andrew Stoll says, I grew up in several different Baptist churches. Not one of those thought the earth was flat. I don't think you're going to find any seminary talking about flat earth.
I mean, to find a church that was a flat earth church would kind of be like a Westboro Baptist. It would have to be like that level of fringe.
Yeah. And there's one of Nathan Roberts' friend, Dean Poodle.
Poodle.
Dean Odell or something like that. He is a pastor and thinks the earth is flat, but I can't imagine this church is very big.
No, it's probably about as big as Westboro Baptist Church.
Probably, yeah. Maybe less hate, just a little less.
Less hate.
Could give him that.
But of course, did Donnie seem like the loving type of guy to you?
I would not put him into that camp.
No, but I'm just saying,
no,
the
fruit is not on the tree, people. That's
right.
what I'm saying.
I would wager that I've done more fundraisers than Donnie has.
Could be. I no doubt there. All right. Amber Harbert says, I'd love to debate the Bible with Donnie. Yeah. Reach out to him. If you want, I can get you his email address. I got it off of his Facebook. You just search for Donnie Lee for Watertown City Council, something like that. He's running for city council. And
it's
last
not going well.
Last time, remember last time, a week ago, I asked him if he would commit as city council member to remove all the dihydrogen monoxide from the city's water supply.
I meant to bring that up tonight. Failed. Well, I didn't get far enough into my repertoire to be able to do that. I had so much more.
Oh, I know
So
you did it.
disappointed.
You sent me a lot. He sent me a couple things. He sent me like a quote from Buzz Aldrin out of context, a quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson out of context, and a quote from Bill Nye out of context as proof, as his evidence. Crazy. No actual evidence. So, in response to his commitment to remove the dihydrogen monoxide from the water supply, I created a Facebook group called Dihydrogen Monoxide Truth Exposed. So anybody that's interested, go find that. You'll find lots of truth about dihydrogen monoxide, including the material safety data sheet for dihydrogen monoxide that I may or may not have personally edited in Acrobat Pro.
Fun fact about water: hydrogen is combustible.
It is.
Oxygen is combustible.
Absolutely.
What do we pour on a fire when we want it to go out?
It seems dangerous to suggest.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sodium is poison, right?
Yeah.
Chlorine is poison, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do we sprinkle on our food?
Ooh, that's trouble.
Salt.
Speaking of that, at QTube is saying, did Jesus turn dihydrogen monoxide into wine?
It was a long fermentation process.
Oh, Paracord Princess. Oh, I love Paracord. I have a lot of Paracord. Says, signed, another Christian who believes in a round earth. There you go. Thank you for that. Asylum says, just joined, but geez, Schrodinger, you won. There you go. Oh my gosh.
I came into this as the underdog. Nobody thought I could pull it out against Donnie. It was, I think it was my greatest victory ever.
Yep. You pulled it out. You snatched, Donnie's
Snatch victories.
No, snot Donnie snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
The jaws of victory. Yeah. Oh my God. And again, I do this every time and I kick myself afterwards. I over prepare.
Yes.
I do all of this stuff just thinking, well, what if he says this? I gotta have, what if he does that? And I spend a week obsessing over it. And I do all that. I got notebooks full of stuff and I pull out quotes and numbers and statistics. And then the flat earther shows up with nothing. You remember Marilyn Spirit Level?
Oh yeah.
Do you know that I'm going to make this claim? She hasn't released a video in over a year. I'm claiming that I retired her. Our debate.
Oh yeah. Well done.
She didn't do anything after that. I retired her. It was a knockout blow that ended her flat earth career.
Yeah. I don't know. Now maybe she's just on YouTube and she's still doing stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if she's out in the streets, because she was in the streets. So people, if you want to see Schrodinger's cat in a debate that went to the end, you can find it on my channel. You'll have to search. It's a year and a half old about.
Yeah. That's when we agreed. She demanded, and I agreed to not use any curse words. And then she was the only person in the debate that used a curse word when she called me a donkey.
Oh my gosh, a donkey. Did she use the King James word for donkey?
She used the A word. Ooh. Yeah. And I said, I thought we weren't going to use that type of language here.
OPT Lawyer for $5 says, well, this needs to be the last time anyone gives Donnie the time of day on their channels.
Probably, if he's not even going to honor the format.
Michael McGillicuddy says, I remember that debate, Schrodinger's cat. It was a demolition derby.
Yeah, she didn't perform well.
It was a strange format. There was 10 different topics. Each was like a minute or 30 seconds. It was. We ran through them,
pretty quick. So should I get to the remainder of my arguments, or should I hold that for the
Yeah. Oh,
after
yeah.
show?
If you're ready, yeah. Let's.
Well, I just want to, because I mean we've still got 600 people here.
Yeah.
So actually, let's go with centrifugal, because Donnie says that the Earth doesn't move. So I didn't just accept that because he just accepted it. He just said it without any evidence. Just so happens that back in my flat Earth debunker days, I tested it. And I guess the video speaks for itself. It's only about 2 minutes long, but I will demonstrate that the Earth does move, and I'm going to do that using the centrifugal force equation, which is I got it right here. The force of centrifugal force equals mv squared over r. And I do that with a gunpowder scale. I'll explain it all in 2 minutes. So let's just play that real quick.
Hi folks. Flat Earthers say that the Earth doesn't rotate. Well, there's ways to test this assertion. So I decided to follow in the footsteps of people like Wolfie6020 and Toady UK and actually put that assertion to the test. I travel extensively as part of my profession, so I'm routinely at various latitudes. If the Earth rotates, a reference weight will register different weights at different latitudes due to the centrifugal force generated by the Earth's rotation. I bought a gunpowder scale that's accurate out to 4 decimal places to see if a 50-gram reference weight would weigh different at different locations, different latitudes. Let me be clear, I only have a few data points so far, but I'll be taking more in the future and I'll be reporting on those. For now, let's see if the data I have so far makes sense with the globe model. The first thing I did was calibrate the scale at my home in Portsmouth, Virginia at 36 degrees 48 minutes north latitude. It registered exactly 50 grams, so I had a good baseline measurement to compare to the later measurements. My next measurement was at the Holiday Inn Express in Waikiki, Hawaii. It is at 21 degrees 17 minutes north latitude, so the reference weight should be lighter than 50 grams. Let's see if it was. My third measurement was at the Homewood Suites in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The latitude is 43 degrees 5 minutes north latitude. So the reference weight here should be heavier than 50 grams. Let's take a look.
There we go. Where'd you go, Mr. Cat?
I'm here.
There we go.
Yeah. I was watching the actual YouTube feed and it's delayed, but yeah. So what that shows is the linear speed of the Earth is faster nearest the equator. And therefore things should be slightly, ever so slightly lighter than they are nearest the poles. So what I did, I bought a gunpowder scale that we use for reloading ammo. It's good out to 4 decimal places. So I thought it's pretty accurate. And so when I travel a significant difference in latitude from where I started, things should weigh different if the Earth is actually rotating because of the ever so slight centrifugal force. And that bore out. Now, my plan was to show that to Donnie, and I can surmise what his response would be.
Wait, can I try?
Yes.
Can I try? You guys are just showing like fancy numbers and stuff, but that's not observable. That's just numbers. And you just have to use numbers to prove your fancy points like you're some professors.
When did Donnie come back on? Donnie, I thought you left.
I don't have the beard here and the not beard here. It's like it moved down. Like I if you turn it upside down, it might look right.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
But yeah, that's exactly what. Well, I expected him to just make the blanket statement. Well, yeah, that's all fine and good. That's just numbers. Earth doesn't.
Yeah,
the Earth doesn't move.
That's not observable.
Yeah, even though, what was my video if not an observation?
Absolutely.
So I did the hard work of buying a gunpowder scale, calibrating it at my home, going north of, first going south of my home and making a measurement, and then going north of my home, making another measurement.
So I have a question. When is your next trip to the top of Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador?
TBD.
Okay. And then I suppose you would need to get in a submarine, you work on submarines, and then go to, the floor of the ocean underneath the North Pole. Might be a little bit of an ask.
It's a little bit of an ask. I'm actually working on what is going to be SSN 800, the USS Arkansas. That's what I'm working on right now, which is still, we're working on pieces of it that will become the submarine. Yeah, I'm up here in Groton, Connecticut right now at General Dynamics, a subsidiary of General Dynamics, which is called Electric Boat. And yeah, we're working on that. That's a lot of fun. 70-hour weeks, which is lucrative, but tiresome.
Tiring, yes.
Yeah, so let's look next. Okay, we did centrifugal, we did curve. This is the one that I really wanted to get to, and this will be fast. I wanted him to show his evidence that is displayed in the screenshot that I sent you called Screenshot of City Council. So Donnie routinely screams at his city council about flat Earth, and this is what they had on the agenda that he had given them for his speech to the city council. And I wanted to see this evidence, but he left.
It's on the screen right now. But I'll read it here. It says he stated that he has documents from NASA, CIA, Air Force, Army, Yale, and other Ivy League institutions that prove there is a non-rotating flat Earth. But I have a feeling I know exactly what he was going to say. Do you?
Probably. I think he was going to talk about maybe the flight simulators that talk about training on a non-rotating Earth, even though they also talk about that the aircraft is a rigid body.
Yep.
Which we know it's not.
Absolutely. So for people wondering, there are 44 documents that Dean Odell, or Poodle, that we spoke about earlier, put together by searching through different archives and handed them off. I think Nathan Roberts was the first one to kind of do this and kind of get it out there, that has these things like the engineering prerequisites for a flight simulation written in Fortran in the 70s, saying do not take the rotation of the Earth into account, do not take the topography of the Earth into account, do not take wind into account, do not take flexibility of airplane wings into account, do not take any imbalances in the airplane into account, treat it as a point mass. And they say, oh, that means
right.
They cherry
because
pick.
When you're making a simulator, you can negate some of those forces, and you can have a program that's, I'm just going to pull this out of the air. You can have a 5 gigabyte program, or you can have every single variable that can possibly act on an aircraft in the program, and then you got a 5 terabyte program.
Yeah,
that the CPU that you would need to run that, I'm not even going to guess, MC2, and you're way
Well,
better at this than me.
Yeah, I write software.
It's exponentially harder.
I write software. Taking everything into account is impossible. It's super expensive. Yeah, it takes and often the most expensive part of software is the labor writing it.
Right. And so what do you negate first? The things that don't matter that much. And if you're going to fly 100 kilometers, the curvature of the Earth can be negated. The Coriolis can be negated. You can negate all these things that are negligible over that, stretch of,
and take them into account in some other manner.
Right.
So,
so that's just, it's again, what I said, and it bore out over the course of the short debate that we did have. I brought quantifiable things and he brought his misunderstanding of stuff.
Yeah.
So, he says that the sky is blue because of the waters above. I really wanted to have a piece of this one because guess what? The sky isn't blue. And that might be that might be news to a lot of the 621 people who are watching. The sky's not blue. It appears blue from Earth because the sun light, as it comes through our atmosphere, the blue light has the shortest wavelength and therefore it gets scattered first. And that's why we're seeing the scattered light coming through. And how I was going to prove this was with, I guess we could use the high altitude balloon that I sent you. High altitude balloon footage.
What's it called?
Or we could use the Red Bull one.
Red Bull, okay.
Either one. It doesn't matter.
There it is. Doesn't look very...
The sky's not very blue, is it?
No, it's not.
Now, did he travel through water to get there?
No. Well, clouds. Clouds are the water above.
No.
That's what the Hebrew talks about. You look at like Round Thinker, who reads Hebrew natively. That's his language. He says the waters above are clouds.
Well, yeah. Now, if you wanted to say that, but we know that's not what Donnie's talking about.
No,
he's talking about a firmament with oceans on the outside of it. So why isn't the guy coming out of this capsule looking at a blue sky?
Yeah.
So he was going to have to explain that. Like, did you send him my notes ahead of time, and that's why he dipped out? Like,
I did not send him anything.
What happened there?
Don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, he's gotten his butt kicked a few times in a row here.
He's been punched around, but I wanted to do the knockout blow. I really did.
Well, you did. I mean, he rage quit before anything, before you had a chance to rebut his claims. So
yeah. Oh God. And I had such a great rebuttal for it. I was just waiting, and he was like, okay, I'm done. And now I got this appointment that I got to get to that I'm 20 minutes late for. What?
Yeah, it's
and he said I was here for 40 minutes like I said I was going to be. Well, if you were here for 40 minutes but you're 20 minutes late, that means you only meant to be here 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that math doesn't work either. I know numbers are hard for him. I mean,
it's tough. I'd like for him to show me where on this globe where the numbers touched him.
Yeah, the numbers touched him somewhere.
So here's something for you from Colonel Potter 4007. That says, I would like to debate Schrodinger sometime or discuss a couple of comments that he made in the past regarding drugs and legalizing them.
I'd be happy to have a conversation about that. I don't know if I would have a debate about that because that's not a view that I hold strongly.
It's a strong view held weakly.
It's just, I think that I don't see why drugs shouldn't be legalized. And that's just the libertarian in me saying, if you want to screw up your life with drugs, then why, who am I to stop you? So I probably, it would probably be a little bit boring because I'd probably just say, it's a good point. You got a good point there, bro. And if you really got great arguments for the reason why that drugs should be illegal, I might just concede if they're convincing to me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a person that just argues for the sake of argument. If it's not something that I think I can hold on. I'm happy to do it with the understanding that you may convince me, and then it would be really boring for the audience. So
that might get Colonel Potter even more excited.
Right.
So,
and
there you go. Colonel Potter, if you want to contact him, how do they do that?
Schrodingers.cat504@gmail.com. If you go to my YouTube channel and go to the About section, the email's right there, because the spelling can get pretty tricky. If you don't believe me, ask Brainy Beaver.
Yeah, you do not need to type the umlaut over the O.
Yeah.
So don't.
And if you're Brainy Beaver, you don't need to type all the letters, because he made my intro that I used for about a year that was misspelled, but it was the best I had.
Oh, Brainy, we love you, Brainy. Sometimes he's not so brainy. All right.
He likes to talk a lot.
He does. It's why we love him.
So what do we want to do? I've got the crescent moon to show that the moon is not self-illuminated, or I can just do that on the after show.
Why don't we do that in the after show? I want to get through these super chats. I don't want to leave them, and then we'll move over there. So,
yeah.
So how about that?
Can't ignore super chats.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to mute, and if any of them are for me, I'll chime in.
Okay. So we've got Johnny Z62 says, feel dumber for listening to Honey. Yeah, Johnny. Well, it takes practice. You want to work on not letting that happen, right? So it's like working out, right? You go work out the first time, you're not so good, but over time you develop, some good strength. So there you go. Takes time. Magic Productions for £5 says, will you get Water's Always Level back with an agreed format? He was so entertaining to watch squirm. Also, Holy Wars is a great song. Good day. Oh, Holy Wars Punishment Due. Good song. Gives me chills every time I hear it. I drove to Milwaukee just to see Megadeth on Gigantour a few years ago. And when they played that, and I remember Dave Mustaine, this is Megadeth people, switching like in the middle of the song. I think he had a two neck guitar during that, and he switched to the other side. And I'm like, oh, so good. Love that song. All right. Thank you. Love that song. Mr. Shuckler's 1. This is for the after show. As my career Navy father would say, S-bag's gonna S-bag. And I think I know what S means there. Thank you for that, Mr. Shucklers. WW Goddess of Truth for $5 says, every branch of the armed forces needs no quality, no brain grunts to clean latrines and the head. Absolutely. Does Space Force need that? I don't know.
I just want to add to that a lot of those no-brain people still are honorable. Well, the vast majority of them. And I would make an exception to that rule for Donnie. I don't think he's honorable. He's said so many things, like when he says that he went to avionics A school, and just leaves it out there. Like, if I say I went to college, a lot of people are going to think I went to college and now I have a diploma. He says that he went to avionics A school and leaves out the part where he failed out of it. So he lost all his credibility when he did that. End of rant.
Yeah, he doesn't. What credibility? He didn't come with any. That's the thing. Like, anyway. All right.
I called it. I said he wasn't going to.
Oh, yeah. Michael Hoyes says he learned avionics in 1853 for the CSA Navy.
He did get Ohm's law right.
He did.
But that's first week.
Credit where it's due.
Yeah, and you studied electronics, so you know that's first week.
Just a bit.
So that's why I would really like to talk to him about Kirchhoff's voltage law, or show him like a simple series circuit and say, hey, what's the voltage drop across this resistor? Yeah, I don't think he can nail that.
And to be honest, I don't use that much anymore. So
nor do I.
I'm not fresh.
Stuff, it's a perishable skill.
I could not do a fast Fourier transform today.
Well, I don't know if I could do if it was a complicated series parallel circuit, I could probably, work it down over a long period of time.
Yeah.
The reduce return method.
I had on my HP 48 SX calculator, I had a program where you could draw circuits and it would do the analysis for you.
I used a cool TI 86 when I was in I was at ODU. To be fair, I was probably there before you. Well, no, because you went straight out of high school, didn't you, to university?
Yes.
Oh, so you probably graduated with your bachelor's before me. I was 06.
I just want to remind people that I am 13 years old.
In dog years.
Absolutely. Wait a second.
Oh no, in reverse dog years. Reverse dog years.
I don't know. I can't multiply by 7 in my head.
I would suspect you're about,
or by 13. They're both prime numbers. What do I do?
I'm gonna guess you're 7 years younger than me.
Well, that would make you 20.
No.
It made Joey Rocha so mad when he demanded to know how old I was, and I said I'm 13. He's like, yeah.
I had a contest on my channel the other day
to guess the year.
Yeah, and it took 6 minutes. I got the correct response in 6 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. To her credit, she donated her $50 to charity.
Oh, very nice.
She said, "Don't even send it to me. Send it to charity," which is pretty awesome.
Very good. All right, let me keep going here. Svein Arg. Oh, he's from not America, and I'm sorry, it's a Scandinavian maybe name. If you're not Scandinavian, I apologize for that too. I don't know. Svein. Oh wait, is he Icelandic? I think I remember that. I don't know. Arngrimsson had yes, he is Icelandic because the currency is ISK, Icelandic kroners, for 750. Message retracted, but thank you for that. Fohammer says, to commemorate this historic moment, Tood called someone a no-no word, and it was amazing. I don't know. I don't know what I called anybody. What did I call him? The female dog part? Could be. All right. Truth Nerds for €2 says, I mean Matt, 25, and Donnie is 37 physically. Donnie is 37. All right. Serena's 1. Southern Baptists? No. Pentecostals? Maybe. Snake handlers? No comment. Those snake handlers. You ever watch videos on snake handlers? Schrodinger?
Oh yeah. You mean like the church people that handle the rattlesnakes?
Yeah, mostly like Smoky Mountain Hills.
Yeah, and the one guy got bit and he died, and they said, well, he just didn't have enough faith.
Yeah.
Oh, funny story about that. My first wife, her dad was a pastor, and he was from. They lived in Florida at the time, but he was from the mountains of Virginia. You know, where the three Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia all come together.
Okay.
I think Tennessee is right at the corner of Tennessee's right there as well. And but they're in Florida, and he's pastoring a church. And you know, we weren't married yet; we were just dating, and we went down to visit. He said, "Oh, come to church, you know, Sunday with us." And I said, "Well, do I need to bring my own rattlesnakes, or are they provided?" Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Schrodinger, you did great. Easy against someone like Donathan. Do you think there's a stolen valor taking place or exaggerated credentials?
Well, and I've thought about this because that came up the other night about stolen valor. If you, in my opinion, this just my opinion, if you exaggerate your service, like say for example, you did whatever in the military, and then you leave the military and you say, "Oh, I was a Navy SEAL," and that happens. I know because I retired.
Yeah.
From SEAL Team 2, I was not a SEAL, and I always stress that. I was an operational planner. I was an operations officer. But I heard all the stories about sailors who would go to the bars at night, and all of a sudden, as soon as they walked into the bar, every girl they talked to, they were a SEAL. To me, that's stolen valor.
Yeah,
you don't have to just say you served when you didn't and be stolen valor. If you exaggerate your service, that's stolen valor to me. And for me, when Donnie says he was an avionics technician, and I spent 7 months studying every single night in my barracks room to pass that school to actually become an avionics technician, and he says, "Oh, I went to, you know, AT school," and it's obvious that he didn't because he wasn't an avionics technician. You know, he was an AME, and they work on ejector seats, which is fine. Perfectly honorable service to work on ejector seats. But you didn't do what I did. You didn't achieve the thing that I did. To me, that's stolen valor. A lower level of it.
Yeah.
But,
well,
you know, all crimes have levels to them.
That's true. I'm in Minnesota, and we have had a governor that claimed to be a SEAL, but actually was just UDT, if I remember correctly.
Pretty badass being UDT.
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
And that's the prerequisite of the SEALs. And I know exactly who you're talking about. But don't say you were a SEAL.
Yeah.
And it's even tedious for me, you know, because I served at SEAL Team 2, I served at JSOC, and I always have to say, people say, "Oh, what command did you retire from?" Because that's a common thing amongst people who did serve. They want to know what your Twilight tour was at. And they say, where did you retire from? And I say, SEAL Team 2. And I always had to say, but I wasn't a SEAL. Like, I got to like throw that out there really quick before anybody says, "Oh, what was your bud's class number?" Because that's...
Hold on. If I can interject here, they're saying that UDT is a SEAL and that all SEALs accept UDT as a SEAL.
That's pretty much true. Unless you say that, like, a hard fast, I was a SEAL, I wore a trident. You know, UDT, unless there was like a gray area in between where UDT did wear tridents before SEALs became SEALs, you would it's to the point where I had my retirement ceremony at the UDT SEAL museum. I guess, is it a museum? I don't know. I think it's called a museum. So UDT/SEAL is almost ubiquitous. You know, they're equivalents, but it's almost like a difference without a distinction.
All right, we better move on.
Yeah, we're getting into the weeds, and
so
I don't know if I can articulate the difference.
And I
well
know nothing about it, so
Yeah.
I was just repeating some of the things that had happened here. So in Minnesota. All right, Stringer News 1 says a gunpowder scale has a grain of truth to it.
See what you did there.
Oh, very nice.
See what you did there.
Thanks, Stringer News 1. Johnny Z62 says, Cat, you were an AT, not a meteorology. Damn Navy. Not a meteorologist. I don't know what.
Well, we do have AGs. So I was an AT, which is an aviation electronics technician, and AG is an aerographer's mate, which is sort of like a meteorologist's helper.
Okay.
I think maybe he's. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke that didn't register, or he doesn't know the difference between an AT and an AG. Don't know. Oh, but I did get a message from AT2 Productions. Okay, he says AT2 Productions was an AT in the Navy as well. He debated the other night against Donnie. He said Donnie went to Pensacola a year before I did, not computer-based, but didn't know what section of training, core or standard, that he failed out of. Because he then went to AME. Yeah, I heard that. So back in the day, this is going to be lost on a lot of your audience, and I'm sorry.
Let's
back in the day, like when I went to A school, ATI level and ATO level, we all went to the same school, start to finish. When they moved to Pensacola, they broke it out into ATI level and ATO level, which was two different things. The ATI level was a longer school than the ATO level. But Donnie didn't know which phase of that school he failed out of, because the beginning portion of it, ATI and O level, all went to the same core school. When you learn Ohm's law, how to solve a simple circuit, and he doesn't know whether he failed out in that portion or the portion after they were broke apart. So that leads me to believe that he failed out very early. And I think that AT2 Productions believes the same thing. We both graduated from that school and actually served as avionics technicians in the Navy.
There you go. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you for thanking me.
We could go on all day, but let's not. PhD Tony for 5 Australian says, well done, guys. I had to tune out for a bit. How do you both stay so calm? Now, did you got that shipment of Quaaludes that I sent you, right?
I'm still unmuted, right?
Yeah.
I clicked over to a different page. I was looking at something different. Yeah, I did get the Quaaludes, but
they're expired, people. Don't ask for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I spent a good portion of my military career getting screamed at. So you learn, I call it the screensaver. Like you just blank out. You just stare at a spot on the wall and let me know when you're finished. Which is very, it really angers my wife because I still have that skill. So, I'll just space out. Let me know when you're done. And it's not a very great argument tactic with a spouse, but works great, in the military when somebody's just screaming at you and they're not going to finish till they're finished.
Yeah, it's a non-escalation technique with not spouse.
Yes.
It can escalate with spouse.
Yeah.
So there you go.
My debate response, or my debate tactic, is just, and y'all saw me scribbling on this little pad right here, this little pad here. I was just writing down all the stupid stuff he said, And I was just going to come back and be like, well, that was dumb and that was dumb. And here's why this was dumb. But he dipped out. And I've got a few Discord messages from people saying that it's their opinion that he rage quit. I think it was a tactical retreat is the military term that I would use for it. I think he saw this isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
So, that may just me patting myself on the back, but I think it was a tactical retreat.
Yeah. All right. So, Scythe DK had actually prepared a little something to show him afterwards on something that happened last week. And Scythe was wondering if he could show it on your stream, which is in just a few minutes here. I've only got 2 more super chats. So,
let me see if I've heard back from my producer. I might need to text her.
All right. Well,
okay.
Then we shan't do it too quickly then. Yacht Rune for €5 says bye bye Donnie Lie. Not Donnie Lee. See what he did? Yep.
I saw what he did.
Yep. And then this one. All right. I'm getting my nerd creds here. Michael Hoyes for $2 says yes. HP 48 SX still have mine, class of 84. Just so you know, this is the one I used at university. It's the expandable one, and this is 32K, I believe, of RAM, 128K of RAM with a battery in it because that's what it needed to keep it. The other slot is where that card went, and you can't really read it. It's got my name on the back here. But then this one broke, so I bought a replacement. That's right. I got them both, people.
That's dedication.
There you go. Also, the calculator I use on my phone is an emulator of this calculator right here. That is what I use.
I don't know where my TI-86 is. I really don't. It's probably packed away in a box somewhere.
Well, and we've got from Asylum says, you guys could give anger management classes.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And I think that's what makes us, good debaters is when he screams, oh, you're a God hater. That doesn't hurt my feeling. You can call me whatever you want. And I know that a lot of the flat earthers like to call people a person who is overly excited by people who are younger than a certain age as a tactic. You can call me whatever you want. I know what I am.
Doesn't make it true.
Right. So I've got years and years of being called names by people who didn't think that I was the thing that they were calling me. They were, calling me that to try to get a rise out of me, to try to harden up my resolve at being called something because it doesn't mean anything. So if I'm an expert at anything, it's being called things that I'm not and keeping a straight face. Like what you call me only gives it the weight that I give it.
Yeah.
So
you can't take it personal.
Because that's his only tactic.
If he had evidence, he would present it.
Right. So the only thing that he had was ad hominems. Oh, you're a God hater. Okay. There we go. I'm a God hater. Now what? Now show me some science.
And what really is crazy, of course, is that there are 2 billion Christians that don't hate God and agree the earth is a sphere. And
including some pretty top level scientists.
Yeah. And many people in the chat were like, I'm a Christian, or I'm this, I don't hate God, and the earth is a sphere. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with not being able to understand kind of simple things.
Right. Including me for the vast majority of, even when I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I was still going to church every Sunday, still singing the hymns, still believing all the stuff, graduating with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, they a lot of these people will say, "Oh, you go to college and they take you away from God." I didn't have a single professor bring up God at all. We from the start of to the ending of each class, we're talking about whatever we were there to talk about. The science. Did any of your professors ever bring up God?
No.
Only if maybe you had a comparative religion class or something like that as an
Yeah.
elective.
I mean, yeah, there were electives of that, but the science classes, I know that a lot of them were not atheists because it would come up occasionally.
I had Muslim professors.
Yeah.
I had a professor from Iran.
I got a message from your producer, so I think it's ready to go here shortly. I got 3 more super chats came in. William Foley says my phone calculator is an HP 15C. Now, I don't know what that is, but I love
impressive.
I love my emulator. Kaivera Art for $3.99 Canadian says it's almost like Schrodinger is a military man.
Almost.
Only
22 years.
Oh my gosh, we've got a bunch of nerds calling out here. It's like I'm singing the nerd song, the mating call of the nerds.
It's they're like siren song.
It's all calculator talk. So Michael Hoyes says I have the HP 48SX with 2 128K cards and a data cable. And so if you look here, there's a little, it's hard to see, but I'll put it, there's a little 4-pin connector right up in here, in this little hole here.
I see it. Yeah.
And there's also, it's a little out of focus because my camera's on fixed focus. There's also some infrared things here, but this here is a data cable. It's got 4 pins in it. I made my own data cable, people. That's right. I was an engineer. I made my own data cable.
Do you know what the nerd mating call is?
No.
You go up on like the tallest mountain or the tallest building in your town, and you go up and you just yell 3.1415929.
They come running.
Oh
my gosh.
And I'm sad to say that's as far out as I know pi. 3.1415929.
I actually have on my calculator a button for pi. That's all I just
cheating.
press the button.
That's cheating.
It gives all the precision the calculator uses.
All right, what do you say we say some goodbye byes?
Yes.
You got 580.
Yeah. So let's get your thing in the chat here, so people can pop over your thing.
I'm gonna stick my thing right up in the chat.
There you go. He's talking about the link to his after show, people.
Let's see what I'm doing here.
So Michael Hoyes and an HP 16C. Again, I don't know what those are. And then String News 1 says HP 41C with Math Pack and HPIB or 1B. There you go. Thank you for your service, Schrodinger's cat from C4.
Oh, thank you. I was happy to do it. I got a lot out of it. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here where I am now if I didn't do what I did. It's one of those things that you kind of roll the dice and it could have gone either way and it worked out great for me. All right, get shareable link.
So while you're doing that, I have a yesterday morning I discovered that I had a video, my recently scripted video that was almost 30 minutes long, my longest ever, was struck for a community's guidelines strike because of COVID-19 vaccination misinformation. The funny thing is that was not a topic covered in my video at all. I will be in an hour and 15 minutes doing a live stream on my channel and on the I network, dual stream there, talking about that. So that may overlap yours. Doesn't matter if you do your own shit. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, if I stick this in your Discord, because I can't seem to get the Why is that not working? If I put the link in your Discord, can you stick it in your chat? Because I
Yeah.
can't seem to get it on here.
Okay.
I'm having technical difficulties. Give me a
Yes.
second.
Oh, Angel Gamer put on my Discord server a picture of her with Leonard Nimoy that says resistance is futile if less than 1 ohm. Love that. Love that.
Yeah, I see what he did there. Yeah, it should be in your Discord right now, the link to
All right.
the after show.
I'll pop that in here.
Yeah.
So look for that. I will be over there, everybody. Schrodinger, last words here?
It was exactly as I expected, with the exception of the rage quit. I thought that I could find that fine line between making him rage quit and just making fun of him for 2 hours. And I guess I failed at that endeavor. I still got a little bit of evidence. I want to show that the moon does not produce its own light. We're going to do that in the after show. Hopefully Tina's ready. I know she is, because
we got the link in there, and people will go and talk amongst themselves while waiting for that to get set up.
Yeah, and we can say like bad words when we get to the after show.
You can let it all out, people.
Yeah, all the F-bombs that you saved up, just drop them all. And yeah, I'll probably let some people from the chat in. If they want a link, they can come in and say what they thought about the debate and all that. Especially if you're a channel member, you got a pretty good shot at getting in. So be prepared for that. So I'm going to go take a Riley, and then I'll be in the after show.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you, everybody. One final from B-Ball for Life for $5 with no message. Thank you very much. And we will see you all in the after show or next time. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.